The broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Hello everyone, good evening ladies and gentlemen, this is Atif Kamran and I am signing in from London. First of all, welcome to our Sunday webinars. Last week we couldn't do this webinar because I was traveling and we had this big training event in Pakistan. We started off this pilot project of Oxford program in Pakistan. So that was like first ever training we did. That's a live training seminar, and we had about 400 people in the room, and that was like very fantastic day because everybody was very excited after the training, the contents and the information they learned, and that was just amazing. And from that training event, we kind of decided, well, it came from the leaders that they could see a brand new product, a brand new business concept, which is to sell live training events as a product. And everybody was very excited. I'll tell you more about later in the webinar today. In today's webinar, we're going to be very short and sweet. It's not a long webinar because I haven't got many new information at the moment. So I just wanted to keep it short and a little bit more informative for all of you who came onto this webinar. I can see that we have people from Middle East, we have people from Egypt, we have people from a couple of other countries in the Middle East, including UAE and Saudi Arabia, and we also have people from Pakistan and India and Bangladesh as well. Well, that's interesting. To see that we started off this Sunday webinars for Egyptian market, but as and when we moved along, more people got interested to come and join us on this webinar. That's just amazing. I can also see that we have some new names, names I haven't seen before during our webinars. So this is great, and welcome to all of you. Excuse me. Now, let's move on and talk about some of the updates from the company itself. As you can see that on the screen, you see this back office. Okay. First update on your back office is about the Towa card. The Towa card has been taken out of the product packages for now because there is a couple of things companies working on. Regarding credit card payments, because recently you might have heard that there were some big number of chargebacks, some people using stolen credit cards, and then they produced some gift cards and then sold to the market, and then that's how some innocent people kind of got ripped off by this organized crime kind of people, you know. So companies working on to resolve this problem as soon as possible, and at the same time companies also working with Towa to ensure that we can bring back this product into the product packages to make it smoother so that our members could take maximum advantage of this online payment facility. Second update on this back office is about the SiteTalk games. You know, there's a game, Herman's Adventure, and you can download this game on your iPhone, iPad, or iPod through iTunes. For those of you who use Apple's products like iPhone and stuff, you know that there's a software called iTunes, and you can make your account on iTunes, which is totally free, and you can download these games from SiteTalk. So this Herman Adventure by SiteTalk Games is part of our company's SiteTalk 2.0 development. As all of you know, that company is working on at the moment to launch SiteTalk 2.0 during our next global convention in Hungary, in Budapest, on 12th of May. So it's just only like a couple of weeks left before we get onto this global convention, and finally companies ready to launch SiteTalk 2.0. So this game, this pre-launch of this game is kind of little sign that we are moving towards SiteTalk 2.0 launch, which is a very good news for all of us. And excuse me, after the travels I'm not feeling well, so I have got a little sore throat, so just pardon me for that. Now, another update on your back office is about the KYC applications. This is very important for all the members. For all of you who have been registered with Unaico and you have purchased Unaico Product Advantage packages, KYC is a very important step towards moving to the stage where company will be able to convert the OFCs into the share options in the company. And KYC is a very vital step to being part of that process. Because it is important for the company to know all of its customers. Okay, so KYC stands for Know Your Customer. This is a standard exercise. All major companies do this KYC exercise to make sure that they have the correct database, to make sure that they know their customers, where they are from, and their kind of genuine identity. So make sure that you do your KYC application. Make sure you follow the appropriate steps, all the appropriate steps, and make sure that you you send the correct documents and scan it in a nice visibility with a good resolution, and then upload on the KYC website. The website to do the KYC application is kyc4u.com, right? 4 is number 4, so it's KYC number 4 U as a U alphabet .com. Okay, so when you go to that website, you can put your username and password from Unaico, and you can submit your documents. You just have to follow. Oh, hold on, maybe I didn't turn on. Oh, here you go. I didn't turn on my screen before. Now it's on. Probably you can see it now. Right. So yeah. So you can submit your documents through the KYC website and follow all the instructions, and you'll be able to submit your application. And in case if your application is refused due to any reason, due to you not providing correct documents, or if your documents are having different information than what is on your account with Unaico, so if your KYC application is refused, then you can contact these emails, what is on the screen in front of you, and this is also on your back office, your Unaico back office. So for European members, a different email than the Asian members. Okay, so that's one update, and then and a couple of other updates on the back office. You can always read that and try to understand and try to explain to your downlines as well. So that's kind of there, and on the top of the screen you can see that there are 40 days left before the global convention in Budapest, which is obviously very interesting time coming ahead, and I believe and I hope that company will be able to deliver its a promise and the next development of SiteTalk, which is SiteTalk 2.0, and along with that SiteTalk Deals, which is a brand new concept. Again, all of you, or hopefully most of you, understand SiteTalk Deals. I don't have to repeat it today. If you don't, if you're a brand new person, you can always talk to your upline leader, your sponsor, and they can explain to you that how it works. So this is like a short update, and all I can say right now is that we are at a very interesting stage in terms of business development, because SiteTalk have attained great success so far, but with success always comes some challenges. Okay, so we have been going through some challenges since long time. All right, and these are challenges include the IT platform development, and IT is not sufficient enough to cope with the speed of our network growth, and the biggest challenge our company faced is that our network grew faster than the company's development. All right, because the concept and then the idea and then and what people gain in return was so great that the network grew so fast that our development teams couldn't cope with that, and it gave and put enormous pressures on our systems that our company had to step back a little during the SiteTalk period, SiteTalk 1.0 period, and companies started developing the next phase, next generation software, which is SiteTalk 2.0. And hopefully that we'll have a great platform and we'll be able to do great stuff with this new SiteTalk and SiteTalk deals. Now, I have a little question from Zaib Al Rashdan. This gentleman is from Kuwait, and he's asking, Mr. Atif, I'm from Kuwait. I need to know more about the OFCs. Are they shares or not? And which market will SiteTalk go to end of the year? And how will I trade those shares? And how do I receive my money? It's very important for me to know. People in Kuwait are asking me. Thank you for your help and support. First of all, welcome to our webinar, Zaib. Your questions are quite interesting and quite basic questions, and I do believe that, of course, you need to know the answers of these questions. These questions are very basic, that your upline leader, the person who sponsored you in this business, they can answer your questions, or if they don't have answer to your questions, your sponsor's sponsor, or maybe his or her sponsor can help you understand all this. Okay, the OFCs, the merits you receive nowadays when you join, when you buy Unaico Advantage packages, company gives you merits as an award, and then you redeem your merits to get OFCs in the company. These OFCs are options for future certificates. Okay, these OFCs are not a promise or anything. This gives you an option to get future shares in the company, because Unaico-SiteTalk is as we always said from the start of this business, this company had a plan to give 49% of its ownership to its members. Okay, so this ownership comes when company do listing on a stock market, and your OFCs at that time will be converted into the B shares in the company. So that means you'll have a shares in the company which is listed on the stock market, global stock market, and you, from any country in the world, you can do the trading through a online broker. All right, because I don't know how much you know about the stock and share markets, because I am not an expert on stock market. All I have learned about this, how to do business in the shares and the stock market, through my experience in Unaico and through some of the study I have done over the period. So once your OFCs are converted into shares in the company, you can trade those shares at the stock market, but through a broker, because if you have small number of shares, small amount of shares, you cannot trade yourself. You have to apply for a license to trade on a stock market, which doesn't make any sense if you have a small number of shares, So small mean a couple of hundreds, couple of thousands, or a couple of millions. It depends. So once you trade your shares through the broker, and broker acts on your behalf, and you want to buy more shares maybe, so you give them instruction and they buy more shares for you and add into your portfolio. Or if you want to sell your shares, then you can give them an instruction and they will sell your shares for you at the stock market. And then the money they receive, they collect on your behalf and put on your online account with them. And then you give them instruction to transfer that money, which is generated through sales of your shares, and you give them instruction to transfer anywhere in the world, wherever you want, in your bank account, obviously, because if you're the customer selling the product, selling the shares, you need to provide your bank account, and the broker at that stock market, they will obviously act on your behalf and do that for you. So this is what it is, at the moment, and it doesn't matter which country you're from, wherever you are in the world. Obviously, for example, today you buy shares in Apple. Apple is a big company. You can buy shares at the global market in Apple or Microsoft or any other company, and Google, right? And once you buy and sell your shares, you trade through a broker, and then you have to establish your relationship with the broker. Now, but in the good thing in Unaico side is you don't have to hire or work or try to find out a broker for you. Unaico will appoint a broker from an international stock market, which will automatically establish relationship with all the Unaico members wherever they are in the world, and then act on their behalf, which is very good news. So that's all I know about your basic question you asked me. But again, you need to stay in touch with your upline leaders so that they can help you to answer all the basic questions you have. Now, what else? Anything else you want to ask the guys on this webinar? If you have any question, you can throw me the question and I will try to answer. But make sure you only write me the question which you think is going to be helpful for everyone, okay? Don't write me your personal question like Zaib asked me this question. That was kind of, it's good for everyone. It's not a personal question. It's a generic question, which will help everyone's understanding and knowledge, information about the company and business procedures. So do ask me question if you want before we just hang up this webinar, because personally, I don't have any more to say on today's webinar. We'll have more information probably next week, next Sunday, and I would suggest that you bring more people on next Sunday's webinar so that we can explain to you some new stuff I'm getting from the field and from the company and share with all of you. So I'm not getting any question at the moment, so that means kind of all good. And all I want to say to all of you that my life experience is that if you want to do something extraordinary, you have to work really hard. There's nothing in this world, there's nothing in our life which is easy, okay? Mean, if someone promises you that you do this, it's so easy, you become multimillionaire, I don't think so. That promise is the right one, or there's any genuinity in that promise. Every big thing in the world, in this life, is equally tough. The biggest your outcome or target you want to achieve, the more efforts you need to put in and the more hard work you need to do. All right. Same applies to our business. In our business, if you want to reach to the top, if you want to do more and achieve more, obviously you have to put lots of efforts. Okay, that's the first thing I believe as one principle in my life. The second biggest principle I believe on is that your hard work is never wasted. Okay, if you put your heart and soul in anything, okay, and work really hard, and you build something with your blood and sweat, your hard work either pays you back instantly, all right, or if it doesn't pay you back instantly, your hard work never gets wasted. That hard work you put into anything in this world, okay, with full honesty, and that hard work, if it doesn't pay you back, that gets stored somewhere in a God's locker room, you know, and that hard work gets stored, comes back and pay you back at a later stage in your life. Okay, but the condition is that you do hard work with full honesty, with full genuinity. All right. There's no cutting corners, there's no shortcuts, there's no place for people who have even a single thought of dodging or cheating other people, or lying to other people for your own benefit. All right, if you have ever done that in your life before, that's fine, that's past, but try not to do it in future, because the only person who become successful in a true meaning is the person who looks after other people. All right, and not only look at their personal benefit, but also look at the other people's benefit. So these two principles in my life has helped me enormously, okay, to get me where I am today. My friends, people around me, sometimes they call me that I'm very lucky, but honestly speaking, I have failed in my life many, many times. But every single time I have failed in doing something, I learned something, and I never sat down mourning or mourning about my being not successful. But I learned from the experience, and next time applied the knowledge and skills in my life, and it gave me a bigger success, obviously. So that's all kind of from my side for today's webinar, and I shall say thank you very much for coming. Next week at the same time, 8 p.m. Egyptian time. This is 7 p.m. UK time. All right, so you can always find out your local timings, whichever country you're joining in. So see you next week. And once again, thank you very much for coming on this webinar. Look after yourself, take care, and goodbye. This is Atif Kamran, and I'm signing out.
The organizer has ended the session, and this call will be disconnected. Goodbye.